Welcome to the Six Nations Sports and Cultural Memorial Center. I am Daryl Smart, along with you for the ride. Thanks for joining us here on Daryl Smart Media YouTube page for Northern Premier Hockey League action. And tonight, on a beautiful Sunday afternoon here on Six Nations of the Grand River, it is the Six Nations Ironmen taking on the Alvinston Killer Bees. This is going to be the biggest test of the season for the Ironmen. Of course, the Ironmen coming off that big win last Sunday with 17 seconds to go, and we're off and running as the Killer Bees go D to D and head up into the Ironman zone. There's the first shot on net. Starting goaltender is Chris Rabeck. And down at the other end, number 35, Caden Fulcher. Killer Bees turn up the turnover here as they move in. There's another shot by Rabeck. As Mitch Brown gets it and dumps it down all the way for an icing call. So the goaltending matchup, we've got Caden Fulcher versus Chris Rabeck. And this, like I said, is the biggest test of the season so far for the Ironmen. The Alvinston Killer Bees undefeated so far, 7-0-0-1, and that one was an overtime victory. So they are at the top of the South Division, while the Ironmen are 4-4 on the season, second place in the North. And here's Theo Hill with the first opportunity, tries to center it. And Fulcher with a pair of stops. Hill off to his defensive partner. There's Terry Bridgeland digging down. He's going to come up with it as the Hills cross the blue line, and unfortunately for the Ironmen, it was offside. Some big matchups here if you're looking for goal scoring and some of the top players in the NPHL. Today is the day to watch, that's for sure. We've got Ethan Lamoureux. He's got 19 points. He's leading the league in points at 19. And Brennan Feasy, he's got 10 goals, and he leads the league with 10. Back to action here as the Killer Bees go D to D. That intercepted by Brendan Anderson. Ethan Matthews dumps it down to the Ironman end, but quickly picked up by the D. Ironman breakout. There's LaForme. Out to Hill. Hill snapshot, and that one off the blocker of Fulcher. Ironmen have the puck down deep. Centering pass intended for Green. Shot off the... Don't know who 80 is. We got to look at the score. The game sheet for that is... There's some last-minute adjustments to the lineup here, not on my sheet. Killer Bees with it, and there's a shot. That one off the stick of Mickey Given. Mickey Given again with the shot and a save by Rabeck. Looks like we've got a number of changes on the lineup card, the lineup card I was given. So bear with me for a little bit. I got to look onto the computer as well. That's James McEwen on the draw against Theo. There's a quick shot. Rebound saved by Raybeck with a pair. McEwen with the rebound shot. As the Killer Bees keep the puck in the Ironman end. McEwen out to Kudo. Kudo, he's checked. McEwen punched off the puck. There's the Ironman breakout. There's Theo. He's got Farmer with him. Farmer in behind the net. There's a centering pass intended for Tycee Cowan. But he couldn't get a handle on it as the puck along the boards battles along right in front of the Killer Bees. Killer Bees breakout here. Kudo. There's a centering pass to nowhere as Tycee Cowan goes down the right side. Battles along the corner with Josh Tidgewell. Theo now along the boards, battling along. That's where I think that's going to be the key for the Ironmen. Battle along the boards as Bridgeland. The shot, fans on it as the Killer Bees break out once again. Alvinston dumping it in. Allowing, there's a big hit by Brown at center ice. As LaForme tries to dance, LaForme's got it. He puts a move on. Did everything but get the shot on net as the Killer Bees break out. Krupa with the backhand shot, and that's a stop by Harabeck. Great opportunities, both ends of the ice right now. Like I said, this is going to be a big game for the Ironmen. And a big statement game. See how they stand with, I would say, the gold standard for NPHL. Alvinston on the ice, off the ice, doing things the right way. And their record certainly shows as the Ironmen try to get the puck out. Goes into no man's land and into the Alvinston end as they try to break out here. Cunningham tries to get a handle on it, but can't. Is Mitch Brown and Mitch Green. There's a shot. Scores! Boy, oh boy. Woo-hoo. What a goal by Brennan Anderson. As the action was fast and furious, we're going to take a look at that on the replay. As Fulcher got caught behind the net, loose puck comes out, and Brendan Anderson with the shot and the goal. And just like that, the Ironmen, who have been very solid at home so far this season, jump out to a 1-0 lead here on the Alvinston Killer Bees. Boy, oh boy, that was a play. That just went bar down from Anderson. Big man showing his hands, that's for sure. One thing about Brendan Anderson, he comes to play in these big games, it seems. When it's a top team like an Orangeville or Alvinston, it seems like he comes to play, and he's bringing his game tonight here. Centering puck loose. There's a shot. Saved by Harabeck. That's Spencer Hutchinson with a couple of shots. Five-hole goal. There we go. We've got the right scorecard on the printed up. Thanks for bringing that up. As we can continue action here as Ethan Matthews brings it up the boards. Mickey Given loses it as Kuto has it, sends it down. Theo Hill circles, looks around the boards. He's met by Kudo. The Killer Bees here have it now. Here's an opportunity. Matthews shot, tipped attempt. Raybeck had a stick on that. Battle along the boards to the left of Raybeck. Killer Bees end up with it in the corner. There's a centering pass. That one intended for McEwen. He couldn't get a handle on it. Matthews dumps it down to Sheldon Thompson. We've got a delayed penalty here on the play. There's a wrister from Josh Tidgewell. And it goes wide as we've got ourselves a penalty here. We're going to look at the officials. Slashing. Looks like that's going to be Skylar Thomas for 2 minutes for slashing on that one. The action coming fast and furious. Both goaltenders up to the task so far. As Raybeck, this is his 6th appearance here in NPHL so far this season. He's got a 0-2 record, a .699 goals against average. He's played 94 minutes prior to this as Alvinston goes across the ice here. McGowan, he's going to play catch with his buddy McEwen. Alvinston really moving the puck well here on the power play. James McEwen tries to center but can't. And the Ironmen fire it back down. Alvinston patiently coming out of their own end here with lots of space and time, showing a lot of maturity there. As Dylan Hill loses it. Centering pass to an Ironman defender who just dumps it down to kill off some more time. Killer Bees. Oh, there's a shot to goal. Bar down. We've got a pair of bar downs. As that looked like McEwen wired that one. Let's look at the replay on that. And it all started down to the other end. Pretty harmless. But boy, oh boy, McEwen just wired that one bar down. We've had a couple beauty shots so far as we've got ourselves a 1-1 hockey game here with 10:24 remaining here in the first period. Dump pass to Fulcher, who covers things up. Boy, oh boy. McEwen and Anderson with bar down shots to start this game off. Either goalie have much of a chance scoring as Theo now down the right side. He's got numbers. He's got his brother Tyler. Tyler's going to go. He tried to go upstairs, but Fulcher got a blocker on that one. As the battle along the boards continues. Tyler with it. Tyler with the shot. And that one just goes wide as he's going to pick up his own rebound along the boards. Great hustle by Tyler Hill on that one. Bridgeland. Out to Theo. Theo's got Bridgeland with him. Theo with the dump pass. And a tip attempt by Bridgeland, who has the puck now. He's got his head up as he circles around. There's a shot off the shoulder of Fulcher, who grabs a hold of it. So we've got ourselves a skirmish in front of Caden Fulcher. And just looking at the lineups here. Caden Fulcher, this is his 7th game as well. He's 4-0 on the season. A 3.20 goals against average. Face off won by Alvinston, and Brandon Couteau brings it in, circles around, hands it off to that's Sheldon Thompson. Thompson working along the boards as looks like Tycee Cowan gets it and dumps it out. Battle along the boards behind the Ironman net continues here. McEwen has it. Thompson shot right into the breadbasket of Hrebeck, and he covers up. Boy, oh boy, it helps when you have the right lineups in your hand, that's for sure. I had no idea who it was for the first 5 minutes there, so apologies on that, folks. Gagné and Brown off the draw as the Ironmen win it as they try to break out. Sukol has it. Poked by Brown as he's got a forecheck here. Back to 5-on-5 action as the Killer Bees come out. There's Freifogel into the corner. He's checked by Dylan Hill, who grabs a hold of the puck and dumps it into the neutral zone. Freifogel again. Headmans the puck to Gagné. Gagné with it into the corner again. He's checked by Sukol. There's a 3-on-1 here as gathers the puck and the Ironmen come breaking out. And there's Porter with it. He's going to try centering it. Had Brown in front of the net but couldn't connect with him. Killer Bees take their time going D to D again here. Freifogel, he's going to take his time, dumps it back in behind the net for Owen McGowan. There's an icing call. Still a couple Killer Bees not on the lineup here on my scorecard, so we'll do that in the intermission. Guess I've got some homework here. Theo wins the draw. As the Killer Bees break out once again here. There's a shot from the point. Light shot and tipped attempt. By Spencer Hutchinson. But Hrebeck saw that all the way through. 6:47 remain here in the first period. Thanks to God for joining us here on the Daryl Smart Media YouTube page for Six Nations Ironman action all winter long. Every home game is going to be broadcast here and then put on YouTube after the game. So thanks for joining us. Make sure to check out all the NPHL action for the Six Nations Ironmen in their inaugural season as Terry Bridgeland has it. He's going to lead the charge here up the right side. Bridgeland centers it, tries to find Tyler, but couldn't. There's Tyler Hill with the shot, and that one's blocked by McEwen. There's another one by Bridgeland, sorry. That one goes over the net. And another shot by the Ironman. This time by Todd Ratchford. As we've got a Killer Bee penalty here. That's a cross check. Looks like Sheldon Thompson's going to head to the penalty box. Killer Bees win the draw. The Ironman with it. As Theo leads things. There's a one-time shot from LaForme right in the slot area, but a nice save by Fulcher. Craig Wright grabs it and just dumps it all the way down, kills a couple of valuable minutes on the draw as the Ironmen come back down the other end. LaForme down the left side as Fulcher has the post sealed on the vertical horizontal. LaForme digging in along the boards. He's trying to win. Puck's back in behind for Anderson. Sukul now on the point. He's going to go across. Sukul's shot. That one off someone and into the air. Sukul again. There he fires that one and into the breadbasket of Fulcher. And Caden Fulcher with a nice save as he's got a friendly exchange with Brendan Anderson. Of course, a lot of these players know each other very well from their junior days or collegiate days or pro days. Brown now with it. Ratchford on the point. Ratchford with the Theo. Theo and Ratchford on the points here as Ratchford has it. Tyler is going to give a different look. There's a shot, and that one doesn't go through. That one off the shin pad of Freifogel. As Ratchford has it once again, right up the middle, and there's the wrister. As Fulcher grabs that one. And we've got ourselves another stoppage here. Some great flow to the action here in this first period. Brown to Ratchford. Out to Theo on the left side here. Theo's going to spin around. Back up to Ratchford up top. Down to Theo. Theo Hill now. He's going to go. Presses, goes around the rink. Tries to find Brown. There's the centering pass. And Bridgeland tries to get a stick on it. And Theo gets it. As Rabeck's stick informs his teammates that the Killer Bee penalty. And there's an opportunity from Theo streaking down the right side. And again, Fulcher sealing the post up. Nice crowd gaining here today. Alvinston Killer Bees really travel well. You see a lot of Killer Bees fans here as we've got ourselves another penalty here. Tyler Hill explaining we've got ourselves a cross-check penalty. That one's to Theo. That's why Tyler was trying to come to the aid of his brother on that one. Killer Bees now with their second power play opportunity of the afternoon. They win the draw. Thompson into the slot area. Back to Tidgewell. Tidgewell back to Thompson. Couteau has it. He goes D to D. There's a shot from Lovey. That one goes wide. McEwen, the goal scorer, he centers it to Couteau, and he couldn't get a handle on it as the Ironmen get the puck and dump it down to kill the valuable minutes here. Killer Bees winding up here. That's Lovey. He dumps it into the corner. Dylan Hill's going to grab it, tries to ring it around the boards, but that one's stopped by James McEwen. McGowan goes D to D. McEwen has it. There's a stuffed opportunity by Sheldon Thompson. There's a centering pass, saved by Hrabeck. That one off the stick of McGowan. Another opportunity. Hrabeck with the seal. Killer Bees look to make something happen in tight but can't. McEwen to Lovey. Back to McEwen. McEwen again. He still grabs a handle on it. Off to Lovey. Lovey's going to wind up. That one off the body of Tycee Cowan as the loose puck goes in behind the net. And Cowan's going to pick that one up and try to dump it out, but can't. Killer Bees have hemmed the Ironman in here. Lovey, he tries to find McEwen, who has his head up in the air. And a spoiled chance and a great opportunity, but tipped up pass. Is the Killer Bees. Fresh legs on. There's the shot from Freifogel as he's got it again. Freifogel along the corner. He's got McGowan with him. Back to Freifogel. Freifogel centering pass, and that one just off the mark. Dylan Hill tries once again to ice the puck. There's a pressure from Anderson. Anderson shot, rebound, scores! Oh, wow. Fortuitous bounce. And right onto the stick of Theo Hill. And the Six Nations Ironmen kill a penalty and then go back down to the other end and take a 2-1 lead over the Alvinston Killer Bees. Here's the replay on that one. A nice save by Fulcher, couldn't control the rebound, and right onto the stick of Theo Hill. And with 1:29, oh, there's a shot. Tried to go upstairs on Fulcher, but couldn't. LaForme in behind the net. He's going to try to work some magic, but can as Anderson has it. He tries to center it, but that goes off a Killer Bees defender. Ethan Matthews now goes across the ice, intended for Krupa. But the puck comes lodged, and the Ironmen are going to have that one, and they're going to dump that one down for an icing with 59 seconds remaining here in the first period. Keys to the game. I know it's a little late, and we're in the late in the first period, but keys to the game. Obviously, this is a big game, like we said from the top. Coach Ryan Davis was saying this is a big one. This is one of the biggest of the year. But they just have to win the battles along the boards. I think that's the big deal, and so far, so good. If you're an Ironman fan, as the Ironmen look to get a stretch pass going to Tyler Hill, but Tyler couldn't get a handle on it, and it goes all the way down to the other end, and we've got ourselves another icing call with 50 seconds to go. Killer Bees, keys to the game, just keep on going, get pucks to the net, do what they do, and do what they've done all season long. That's get pucks to the net as they go D to D here. Battle along the boards in behind Raybeck. Tyler Hill grabs it and tries to bank it off the boards, but the Killer Bees grab a hold of it. There's a race for the puck. Brown races with Sheldon Thompson, but can't get a handle on it. Puck in the neutral zone. Tyler Hill's got it. He's got his head up. He's got LaForme with him. And there was a little shovel pass to LaForme, but couldn't connect on that. Hill. Brown shot. That one stopped by Fulcher. As Brandon Couto has it. He's trying to find Sheldon Thompson, but can't. Delayed offside call, so the puck goes down, and that is all she wrote for period number one. A very active first period with the Six Nations Ironmen up 2-1 after 20 minutes. Shots on net. Ironmen with a 14-13 lead. Just teeing up the first period here. The Ironmen got on the board first. 6 minutes into the game. Everything's an even strength goal so far. Brendan Anderson with the goal, and that bar down, and then James McEwen with a beauty shot of his own, also going bar down to tie things up. And then Theo Hill, opportunity knock for Theo is a nice little save by Fulcher, but right onto the stick of Theo Hill, who buries it. And that's where we're at with 2-1, and that's where we'll be. And we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more NPHL action when the second period continues. Thanks for joining us. Welcome back to the second period here on Six Nations of the Grand River at the Six Nations Sports and Cultural Memorial Center for period number 2 of this Northern Premier Hockey League tilt between the Alvinston Killer Bees and the Six Nations Ironmen. And we're off for period number 2. Couteau upended into the corner by Brown as there's a scrum in the right end of the Ironman end. Puck comes loose and Brendan Anderson has it. He's got Green with them. Green and Laforme now with it. Laforme centers out to Brown. Brown, there's a shot from the point. It was off the toe of Fulcher as the Ironmen regroup a little bit. But unfortunately, scoop by Isaac Sokol as he looks at the Killer Bees bench and has a little bit of a laugh on that one as he scooped it and hits the ceiling here. Again, teeing up the second period here. Brendan Anderson and Theo Hill scoring for the Ironmen, while James McEwen had the marker for the Killer Bees. As Cam Rombouts tried to dump the puck in, but the Killer Bees were offside on that one. Wright and Theo Hill off the draw here. Theo wins the draw. Brown goes D to D to Sukol, who off the boards, and pass intended for Bridgeland to nowhere as Wright now has it up the right side. Freifogel dumps it in. Sukol picks it up into the. There's a centering pass. Shot by Wright, who's been all over the ice so far on this shift. Just goes wide of Hrebeck as the Killer Bees try to regroup here. Freifogel dumps it in. Pass intended for Rombouts, but couldn't as the Ironmen come down as Theo, his brother Tyler has it. Tyler, he tries to get it to Bridgeland. Centering pass, but couldn't get a handle on it. Ratchford now with it. He loses it. Oh, McGowan now to Freifogel, who's got a full head of steam down the right side. Freifogel with the shot. Collected by Hrebeck as Tyler Hill and Cam Krupa exchange pleasantries in the creases. Hrebeck takes a little water break and has a laugh with the officials. That's my good buddy James Bradshaw wearing the stripes tonight. It's a Waterford boy. Brown wins the draw as Dylan Hill tries to get it. Out to Ticey Cowan. Ticey dumps it in, tries to beat his man as he and Farmer go down into the Killer Bees zone. There's a shot from Ratchford on net, and the puck goes into the corner. Farmer dumps it back in. Cowan in behind the net. Cowan looking. Dylan Hill. Out to Ratchford. That shot blocked by Cunningham. Is Cunningham with the shot. That one goes wide and into the neutral zone, and for the Ironmen, who try to collect things but can't. Alex Cunningham. There's a couple of Cunninghams in this Killer Bees lineup this afternoon. Alex Cunningham dumps it in as Ratchford takes a look, tries to break out here. He has Farmer with him. Farmer along the blue line. Back to Hill. Porter with it. He winds up the slapper off the blocker of Caden Fulcher. And Fulcher directs that one up into the ceiling here of the Six Nations Sports and Cultural Memorial Center. .16:43 remains here in the second period. LaForme off the draw. There's a shot. That one looked to go in and scores. Anderson looked to score, but the rebound came out. And it looks like Stephen LaForme picked up the goal. We'll look at the replay here. Right off the draw here. Clean win. Anderson looks to have gotten the puck in, but Fulcher got a handle on it. And Steve LaForme, Johnny on the spot in front of the net, tucks her home. And the Ironmen now have a 3-1 lead. The Ironmen very tough at home. On these Sunday afternoon games, they've been tough to play against in every home game so far. And this is a great crowd here. Late entering crowd, I'd say. I counted about 80 people about 2 minutes before the puck dropped, and all of a sudden it's pretty full here. Pass intended for Anderson. As the puck goes in, Anderson with a hit on Connor Lovey. Contact, and again, Lovey and Anderson meet again in behind the Killer Bees. And Tyler Lovey, he loses the puck as the Ironmen dump the puck back in. Both teams exchanging possessions here. Couteau tries to get a handle, but Tycee Cowan checks him off the puck. Sukal loses it. Sheldon Thompson in behind. He's got the one-timer from Freifogel, who that one goes off of Hrebeck. Ironmen dump it. Freifogel, he's in a race with Skylar Thomas, and he collects it. Owen McGowan into the neutral zone. He loses it. Theo Hill has it.
Damon's got 3 assists now. Damon's got 3 assists.
And we got ourselves a penalty here. Tripping penalty. This one's going to go to number 53, Austin Keller. This is going to be Alvinston's second penalty of the game. The Ironmen 0 for 1 with the man advantage here. 14:55 to go in the second period. Ironmen hold a 1-goal lead or a 2-goal lead at 3-1 as they look for more here on the power play. Theo Hill has it. He's got Ratchford with him. Ratchford back to Dylan Hill. Hill to Tyler Hill. Out to Theo Hill. Theo tries to go cross ice. He tried to find Bridgeland but couldn't connect on that as the Killer Bees dump things down and Hrebeck sets things up in behind the Ironman net. Dylan Hill, full head of steam here. Goes across the ice for Theo. Theo's got it along the boards. Down to Ratchford. Goes D to Dylan Hill. Dylan to Tyler. Tyler tries to snap, but a Killer Bee defender gives a tap to the stick, and Ratchford looks for more here as he dumps it into the end and goes across the ice and around the boards to Bridgeland. Tyler, Theo circles along the boards. He's got his head up. He's got Bridgeland. Tyler, he's going to release it, and he fans on it again for the second time on the power play as Dylan loses the puck, and there's a shot, and Hrebeck had to be sharp as James McEwen, who's already got one, almost had one again, and down the other end, and Tyler with the deke and fans again. Anderson, another check, this one on McCowan as the puck goes down to the other end. Sukal in his own Killer Bee way, butt first, and checks Thompson off the puck as the Ironmen go down into. There's a shot, now and off the iron. Boy, oh boy. The drop pass and one-time shot from Brendan Anderson, and that one off the crossbar. We'll take a replay on that one. Here they are, just drop pass, and Brendan Anderson wires that one, beats Fulcher, but can't beat the net. LaForme wins another one, and Anderson one time, and this time Fulcher's got it. Man advantage is coming to an end. We're back to 5-on-5. There's a stretch pass intended for Keller, who came out of the box but was heading to the Killer Bees bench. So we missed the pass on that, and it went all the way down, and we've got ourselves an icing call. 12:50 to go here in the second period. Ironman 3, Killer Bees 1. Great afternoon of Northern Premier Hockey League action. Thanks for joining us. There's a wrister from Sokol that gets directed by Fulcher into the corner. There's a shot from an odd angle off the stick of Anderson. Fulcher's got his glove on that one, and we've got ourselves another face-off, this time to the right of Fulcher, the left of us on our screen. Another key for the Ironmen, just get pucks on net. Try to get things happening, just see what happens. And Sukol now with it, tries to get a puck on net, but just wide, off the mark. Is Krupa, he's got numbers now. Krupa down the left side, he goes upstairs, there's a shot and a goal off the rebound. Craig Wright picks up the loose puck and pots it in. And the Alvinston Killer Bees get within a goal here at 3-2 as we look at the replay, and then just a nice save by Hrebeck. Rebound comes out. But Craig Wright all over the rebound and hammers it home. Now we're at 3-2. Wrister from top of the point from Connor Lovey. As the Ironmen grab a hold of the puck and dump it down. Tyler Lovey takes a hit. Dishes one out for himself. Killer Bees try to get out. Finally grab a handle on the puck. Connor Lovey this time dumps it down and into the breadbasket of Hrebeck, who covers up, and we're going to have another stoppage in play here. So Ethan Matthews credited with the goal. Not Craig. Not Craig Wright. It was Ethan Matthews with the shot and goal. There's a couple guys getting their sticks on that, or trying to get their sticks on that, as the Killer Bees down to the own end try to regroup here. Owen McGowan, he's going to go around the boards to Freifogel, who tries to stretch the ice to Gagné. Gagné shot, stopped by Hrebeck, who has the post sealed, and that one goes into the crowd for another souvenir to one of the many here at the Six Nations Sports and Cultural Memorial Arena. Great crowd on hand. Killer Bees with the draw, and there's the attempted wrister from Matthew Cunningham. As Alex Cunningham dumps it down along the left side and goes all the way around the boards to the right side. And now Ryan Gagné dumps it down as the Ironmen try to look to get out of their own zone. Theo with a full head of steam stops, pops, passes it to Tyler. And Tyler gets the shot on net, but a nice defensive play by Ryan Gagné, who got a stick on Tyler Hill's stick to make that shot not as effective as you usually see from one Tyler Hill. 10:46 remain here in the second period. Ironman 3, Killer Bees 2. Face-off won by LaForme, who dumps the puck in front of the net and almost goes off the skate of Fulcher, who had to jump away from it. It's Ticey Cowan. That's Mitch Green. There, Brendan Anderson comes out with it. Anderson loses it. We've got ourselves a break here as Hrebeck tries to get it. And Sheldon Thompson wins the race. Goes around Hrebeck. And just like that, the Alvinston Killer Bees have tied things up at 3 goals apiece. Let's look at the replay here. The puck just comes out. Hrebeck makes the decision. And as a goaltender, that's a very tough decision to make. The Sheldon Thompson doesn't make a mistake on that one. And we are all tied up at 3 goals apiece here with 10:20 to go. Halfway through this game. LaForme dumps it in. Along the boards, we've got ourselves a collision along the boards on the right or to the left of Fulcher. We got ourselves a little bit of a scrum as Brendan Anderson bangs a body to get the puck loose. And all of a sudden, the bodies are flying here. Mickey Given drops it, pass intended for Keller, but couldn't get a handle on it. As the Ironman defense, been a bit of a hallmark being physical. And there's an opportunity as Keller comes out of the corner and Hrebeck has that post sealed on the RVH. There's an offside call right there. As the captain, Mitch Green, grabs a hold of the puck just in front of the blue line for the offside there. After that goal, things have really gotten a little bit physical here as both teams now tied on the scoreboard and now trying to impose their will on the opposite team. Brown wins the draw as the Ironman bench looking to the officials for there's a shot as Fulcher got caught off guard again. But he had to recover. Had to make a big save off the stick of Ratchford, who was all alone on that one. We'll look at the replay on that. Puck comes out, and Ratchford one-times that one. And Fulcher with the save as we're back to live action, and the officials still sorting out the scrum in front of Caden Fulcher. Mitch Brown on the draw with Craig Wright. Brown with the win. There's the dump-in opportunity from Ratchford. Hrebeck's going to grab it, and he's going to freeze it. Smart play on Hrebeck's part. It's one of those choices you make, especially after you're giving up a goal like that third goal that he just gave up. You don't want to take too many chances, and as a goaltender, it's always very difficult to know when to play the puck, when not to play the puck, and then when you get burned, it's in your head to not play the puck after you get burnt. So he's going to cover it up as the Ironmen win the draw here as Dylan Hill tries to get it off the glass and out. And finally they do onto the stick of Tyler Hill. Tyler tries to get it out to Theo, but puck goes all the way down. The Killer Bees regrouping here. Kuto goes up the middle and now on the right side as he is checked along the boards by Dylan Hill. Jamming in behind the Ironman net. Loose puck comes out in the right corner. Picked up by Freifogel. Freifogel's been all over the place. He's one of the leaders of this Killer Bees team. His own McGowan picks it up behind and tries to poke it, but the Ironmen come up with it. Theo shot, and that one stopped by Fulcher's blocker. Ratchford pinches. There's a shot from the point, this time by Dylan Hill. Easily handled by Fulcher. It's McEwen. He's got Thompson, and Thompson tries to win the extra pass, and the puck out in the corner, and there again. All alone, there's a shot from Raybeck, scores! The Alvinston Killer Bees swarm the Six Nations Ironmen on that opportunity. And James McEwen with his second goal of the game to make it 4-3. Killer Bees with their first lead of the game, and there's the replay. Raybeck had to make 3 stops at least before McEwen potted his second goal of the game here. Laforme down the left side, or the right side, tries to put it through Fulcher but can't. Ethan Matthews, outlet pass. The Killer Bees looking for more here. Is Matthew Cunningham. Cunningham shot, and that one fanned. As Sandy Porter battles along the boards. There's Farmer battling along as well. Ironmen come up with the puck. Shot from Sukal. Off a stick and into the crowd. And we've got ourselves another stoppage in play. With 6:56 remaining here in the second period. Not sure if it's the bus legs, but the Killer Bees have certainly shaken the rust off as Sukal turns around, fires it, and tries to shoot out more of them. Anderson with it. Anderson shot, and that one stopped by Fulcher. And Fulcher directs that one into the crowd. And a nice save by Fulcher. That's just a veteran save right there. As he knew that Anderson was coming out to shoot, and Fulcher was a good probably 3 to 5 feet outside that crease area to challenge the shot. And he didn't give Brendan Anderson much to shoot. Theo McEwen. McEwen wins the draw. As Dylan Hill has it as he crosses the blue line. He goes across the ice. Now Anderson, nice nifty move, another shot and a save by Fulcher as Dylan Hill upends Tyler Lovey down and knocks down Fulcher as the Killer Bees go down to the other end. Brandon Coutu dumps it back down into the Ironman end. As Dylan Hill, very active on this shift, tries to get it to Anderson but can't. Connor Lovey with it. Pass stretches out to Coutu. Coutu looks to shoot, but Ratchford gets a stick on him. As Coutu gets it back. Thompson tries to slide it opposite way to Raybeck. And now down to the other end. Anderson drops it back to Ratchford, who comes in, pinches, shot, saved by Fulcher. Both teams smooth skating right now, and there's a fan shot by Craig Wright. Oh, it's Brown. He's putting pressure and almost got a handle on that as the puck comes back into the Ironman end. Mitch Brown, he's going to dump it in as Fulcher grabs it, went to play it, but seeing a streaking Farmer coming down on him and thought, again, not to do it. And again, we've got another face-off to the right of Fulcher and the Killer Bees. 5:07 remaining here in the second period. Alvinston Killer Bees up by 1. Their first lead of the game now. As the battle, the face-off dot continues, there's an attempted shot. blocked by the Killer Bees. As Farmer's banging the body in behind, trying to get a loose puck. Cowan and Farmer banging along the boards, trying to make things happen. As Ratchford to Brown, who rings it around. Farmer couldn't get a handle on it. That's Skylar Thomas, sorry. And Thomas with the hit. That one on Alex Cunningham. Alvinston along the boards. Gagne tries to center it. He's got Matthew Cunningham with him. Couldn't get a handle on it. As the puck goes in behind the boards. There's a shot from up top. That one off of McGowan. Saved by Hrebeck as the battle along the boards continue. Freifogel with it. He's on the right side. He's going to try and make something happen. Goes behind the net. Tries to control the puck. Slow things down as Owen McGowan now rings the opposite way into the corner. Killer Bees with possession of the puck. Freifogel at the point. Out to McGowan. Matthew Cunningham with it. And now Gagne, there's a shot to goal. Ryan Gagne recovers the loose puck. And right in front of the net and beats Hrebeck. And the Killer Bees take a 2-goal lead now. Here's the replay on this one. As the Ironmen just couldn't get a handle on it. And Gagne right there strips the Ironmen of the puck. And pots it in. And the Alvinston Killer Bees now have a 5-3 lead. With 3:30 to go here in the second period. A little bit of a momentum shift. Form dumps it in for Anderson. Anderson again with a big hit. This one on Keller. Is the Ironman trying to use the body here? There's Green with the shot, and that one beats Fulcher again, but not the post. 3:04 remains here in the second period. Ironman trying to get back within a goal here. They were in command of this one up until about, I would say, about the midway point of the second period. And the Alvinston Killer Bees are really all over the place now as there's another opportunity. That shot by Austin Keller off a stick and in behind Hrebeck. Ironmen win the draw. Now Alvinston have it. Try to control here into the neutral zone. Trying to make something happen. There's a dump pass intended for McEwen, but couldn't connect on that. As McEwen circles the neutral zone. Another pass intended for McEwen, who tips it out to Couteau. Couteau battling with Dylan Hill along the boards. Couteau dumps it back. Killer Bees lose it. Now Tyler Hill has it. And Bridgeland, he's got Hill with him in behind. Bridgeland opts to go around the boards. And now Dylan Hill rings it around the boards the opposite way. Lose control of the puck, and now Sheldon Thompson has it. Thompson tries to go across the ice, but couldn't connect as Bridgeland now has it. Bridgeland, his pass to Tyler Hill gets intercepted. As both teams exchange possession of the puck now as Couteau has it. Shot by Couteau is handled by Hrebeck as looks like Thompson's slow to get up, and there's an opportunity. Fulcher kind of looks around. Puck bounces in front of him, and it lands right into his mitt. And we've got ourselves another stoppage in play here with 1:30 to go here in the second period. Draw won by the Ironmen as LaForme has it. The puck scooped up by Fulcher again as we got Brendan Anderson tied up with Tyler Lovey in behind Fulcher, in behind the Killer Bees benches. Everybody seemed to be kind of laughing about it. We got ourselves another face-off. LaForme and right. LaForme wins the draw. Dylan keeps it in. Oh, there's a centering pass intended for Brendan Anderson, who tried to get a hand on it, or get a stick on it, but couldn't. Easy dump-in shot, this time by Cameron Rombouts, easily handled by Raybeck. 1:06 to go here in the second period. Thanks again for joining us. Ironmen win the draw again. Ratchford out to Sukol. Sukol now to Ratchford. He's going to lead the charge here. Ratchford down the right side, tries to center it for LaForme, but LaForme couldn't get a handle on it, and the Killer Bees come down to the other end, led by Rombouts. Rombouts chasing the puck, chasing the pass, but couldn't get a handle on it, and we got ourselves another icing call. So we're now down to 45 seconds remaining in the period. Ironmen win the draw again, but the Killer Bees get a handle on it, but Dylan Hill picks it up. Dylan, stretch pass right underneath us, intended for Theo, but they couldn't connect as Tyler now with it along the boards. There's a shot directed by the right pad of Fulcher. 18 seconds to go. Pressure by the Ironmen. Rombouts gets it out to Krupa. Krupa stops. Shot. Saved by Raybeck as the rebound comes out as Raybeck has to make another stop. Two big stops by Raybeck right at the end. And we've got some extra activity just to the right of the Goldmouth as Raybeck heads to the dressing room. He goes directly to the dressing room. As the officials sort things out as both teams head to their respective dressing rooms. So after 40 minutes of play here at the Six Nations Sports and Cultural Memorial Center, it's the Alvinston Killer Bees 5, the Six Nations Ironmen 3. Second period scoring, Steve LaForme started things off. The Ironmen got off hot, but again, about midway through the frame, all of a sudden the Alvinston Killer Bees started to gather a little bit of momentum. Ethan Matthews, Ryan Gagne, James McGowan, and Ryan Gagne again score. 5 unanswered goals, and now have a 5-3 lead after 2 periods of play. Shots on net in the second period. The Ironmen 15, Killer Bees 11 for a total of 29-24 in favor of the Ironmen. So after 40 minutes of play, it's the Killer Bees 5, the Ironmen 3. Thanks for joining us, and we will be back for more Ironman hockey in the third period. Welcome back to the Six Nations Sports and Cultural Memorial Center. Daryl Smart along with you for the ride today. Daryl Smart Media YouTube page, bringing you Six Nations Ironmen Hockey, the Northern Premier Hockey League. And this afternoon we've got a doozy. Definitely a tale of two different periods, that's for sure. After the Ironmen took a 3-1 lead after one period, it was all Alvinston in the second period, or at least in the second half, as the Killer Bees, with 20 minutes to go, have a 5-3 lead, and we're back for third period action here. Anderson chips it along to LaForme as LaForme streaks down the left side. He's got an Anderson shot. That looked like it went in, but it didn't. As the whistle blows, we're going to take a look at the replay on that one. Anderson with the one-timer. I swear that went in and out of the net. Wow. Sukal down the right side, dumps it in as the Killer Bees set up shop and can't get it out of their own end. Ironmen dump things back in down along the right side as the two teams battle for it. Now onto the left side is James McEwen, the captain, loses the puck. Connor Lovey with it. He tries to chip it out, but can't get a handle on it. As Mitch Green taps it back in, McEwen out to Sheldon Thompson, the two offensive catalysts for the Killer Bees so far tonight. Thompson with a nice little spin and chip, but nothing developed on this as Theo tries to chip it into the Killer Bees end. McEwen does his job to chip things out, and all the way down we've got ourselves an icing call. Keys to this third period, that definitely for the Ironmen, just get the puck on net. They've beaten Fulcher a number of times, but they just haven't beaten the net. A couple of pipes and a couple of loose pucks. So if you're an Ironman fan, or if Ryan Davis, the coach, probably telling his team, win those battles in the corners and along the boards and try and put the puck on net, see what happens. Skyler or Antone. Coughed up puck, shot, and a goal! Cameron Krupa is the recipient of another Ironman turnover in their own end. As here we are on the replay, and just a dump off the boards. Couldn't connect. And just like that, the Killer Bees buzz again and sting the Ironmen, and now take a lead 6-3. That's one thing maybe Ryan Davis is telling his team, you got to shore up that defensive end. Something that they usually do is Tycee Cowan with the hit. Center of the ice is Skylar Farmer tries to bull his way into the Killer Bees zone. Farmer now with it along the right side, looking to make something happen. Fans on the puck, puts it back into the corner. Cowan digging in. Long behind the net as he's wiped out. And Farmer tries to possess the puck. Sukal dumps it back into the Killer Bees zone. Another hit by Cowan. As Ratchford tries to get a hand on the clearing opportunity, but couldn't. There's the Killer Bees buzzing again as Krupa with the shot. That one's handled easily by Raybeck as we've got ourselves a penalty here. 17-11 to go here in the third period. 6-3 Killer Bees, 2 minutes for slashing. Take a look at that on the replay. So there it was right there, and he just hacked the stick out of the hand. I think that's where that infraction came from. McEwen wins the draw. Out to Sheldon Thomas. Or Thompson, sorry, as Couteau has it. Couteau at the top of the blue line. Back to Thompson and McEwen. There's a quick shot. That one from Gagne as Hrebeck gets his glove on it. Sheldon Thompson quarterbacking things from the right side. He tries to get it back to the blue line, but the Ironmen intercept that and dump it all the way down to kill some time off the penalty. Killer Bees with some ice. McEwen, he's going to dump it off to Couteau on the left side. Finds McEwen. McEwen with the quick delivery. And Hrebeck with the save and covers things up. Alvinston, when they're given room, they really move the puck. They move the puck so quickly. They're such a smooth offensive team. As the Killer Bees win another draw. There's the shot. That one goes over the glass. That shot by Freifogel. As we've got another stoppage in play here. It's McEwen, Theo Hill on the draw. As the Killer Bees win the draw as Couteau tries to get a handle on it but can't. And the puck shot all the way down. Gagne loses it. That's Mitch Green. Tries to make something happen, but the puck comes loose, and the Killer Bees once again heading down, led by their captain, McEwen. Sukol grabs the puck and all the way down as the puck right in front of the net of Fulcher as he plays the puck and gives a nice little pass to Couteau. Couteau crosses the blue line, making something happen here as he goes all the way around to McEwen. Couteau again, drops it down low to Thompson. Thompson looks, has McEwen. They exchange passes as they exchange positions as well. Thompson up top to McEwen along the boards. Looking to center something. He had Couteau down the other side, but that pass intercepted, and the Ironmen find Theo Hill on a break. Theo out, shot. Tycee Cowan with the opportunity. And Cowan couldn't get a handle on it. Oh, so close, but no cigar on that one. Brendan Anderson tries to sneak it through the seal of Fulcher, but can't. The puck comes loose and all the way down to the other end. Boy, oh boy, Tycee Cowan with a wonderful opportunity. Just couldn't get a stick on it. As the battle along the boards continues and the Alvinston Killer Bees try to stretch things, but Anderson says no to that. Mitch Green circles, passes to Anderson, back to Green. Anderson, there's a shot. That one from Laforme and a save by Fulcher. Tip by Mitch Green. But Fulcher gets a hand on that as Hrebeck has to go to play the puck and hurry back to the net. Ironmen try to get into the neutral zone, get possession, but can't as Laforme takes another stab on it. As Hrebeck gets the puck, corrals it, and slows things down for another stoppage in play here with 13:38 to go in the third period. Again, just kind of resetting the third period into that second period. After Steve Laforme scored in the early going of that second period, it was all Alvinston, and The Ironmen doing a really nice job of trying to grab a little bit of momentum back as Bridgeland dumps it back down. There's a big hit from Tyler Hill. There's a shot block, and now Cunningham shot, a save by Hrabeck. The speedy Matthew Cunningham collects the puck off the block, goes all the way down. There's the shot block, and he goes all the way down for the opportunity. And a nice save by Hrabeck. Back to live action as the Ironmen try to get it out of their own end as Sukal dumps it along and, of course, hits the ceiling, unfortunately. And another stoppage in play here. The Ironmen need to get a little bit of momentum going here as the face-off, center ice. Mitch Brown wins the draw against Craig Wright. The Ironmen dump it down. That's Brock Farmer chases it as Hill puts the puck on net. Puck into the corner. Farmer doing his best to trying to make something happen, and he gets knocked down, and it looks like the Killer Bees are going to go to the penalty box for interferences. That's that old adage where good things happen if you just keep on moving your legs. And Brock Farmer was moving his legs really well in the corner and just kind of digging away as we just missed it on the replay. But Brock Farmer was just trying to make something happen, and he kept on moving those legs and didn't get a scoring opportunity, but he did draw a penalty here as the Ironmen go to the man advantage with 12:41 remaining in the third period. LaForme wins the draw. He's going to try and scoop it back to Sukal. But Sheldon Thompson has it. Thompson all alone, tries the deke, but Hrabeck gets his glove on it. And a shorthanded opportunity by Sheldon Thompson. There it is again. That's the second time the Ironmen have been caught trying to pinch. And another nice save by Hrabeck. But the Ironmen have been caught at the blue line on the pinch. And with the shot block and the shot there, the puck just bounces in the right direction of the Killer Bees, and the Killer Bees in transition take full advantage. But a nice save by Hrabeck. As the power play continues, as Sukal and his teammates try to get out of the zone. Another turnover. Almost. This time McEwen strips the puck off of Sukal. As Theo now has it in their own end. Sukal tries another stretch pass. As LaForme has it, he's going to spin around. Stop, finds Theo at the top. Anderson dumps it for him again. LaForme out to Sukal. Sukal shot on net. Green with the screen. LaForme up top to Sukal. Sukal finds Anderson. Quick little pass. There's a shot and a goal. Boy, oh boy. Mitch Green pulls the trigger, but great stick work by the Ironmen. Just nifty passing as Mitch Green, the captain, gets the power play marker. And now the Ironmen are only down by a pair with 11:40 to go here in the third period. Lots of time for the Ironmen. And they've been knocking on the door offensively all period long. Ratchford gets a handle on the puck, dumps it all the way down. We're going to have ourselves another icing call. But the Ironmen have been knocking on the door. but just unable to connect. Is McEwen on the draw. He's going to go up against Theo Hill. McEwen wins the draw. Snapper by Lovey into the corner. Recovered by the Ironman as the Ironman try to stretch things out again, but can't connect as Tyler Hill looks over to Ratchford. And they exchange a smile. Tyler Hill's saying, hey man, I'm open way over here along the boards. Same two on the draw here. This time Theo gets the better of things. Is the battle along the board. Bridgeland battling along with Couteau. Raybeck's going to leave it for Ratchford here. 10:57 to go. Ratchford head up, sauces a pass to Dylan Hill, who dumps it in. Both teams in pursuit as Fulcher grabs a hold of the puck and tries to clear it, but can't. Bouncing puck goes in behind the net as we've got ourselves another penalty here. Ratchford has it. Extra attacker for the Ironmen as they keep possession. Raybeck on the bench. Ratchford shot, and that one off the blocker of Fulcher as we've got ourselves a little bit of a melee as Tyler Hill's helmet is taken. Oh! As Tyler Hill reacting to some of the punishment taken. And he delivers a blow to Tyler Lovey. Boy, oh boy, that was right square in the kisser. As we've got Bridgeland in the box. Let's see if we have the replay on that one. Here's the skirmish. We don't have much of the skirmish on there. As Mitch Green's trying to tell the officials, goes, about that. I think that's what Tyler Hill was reacting to. He had his hand chopped. Just love the dialogue. You hear it down just below us.
We have that drop on the freaking video.
Mitch Green and James McEwen
That's gotta get posted.
waiting for the officials here. This game's definitely had a little bit of everything, that's for sure. As right now it looks like Bridgeland and Hill are in the box for the Ironmen. That's Connor Lovey. And I'm just trying to see who that is. Is that right below us? He's got to just move his number here so we can see. As everybody's discussing that. We're going to have some offset. Mitch Green's asking for the offsetting penalties here. It's my good buddy James Bradshaw sorting things out with the players. I think Mitch Green's having a little bit of a chuckle over that pop that Tyler Hill took on Lovey.
Who punched him? Was that Bridgeland? Or was it Hill? Holy crap.
They're still sorting things out here. Scorekeeper with their pad and pen. Bradshaw with everything. Apparently he didn't bring his notebook. He wrote everything on his hand here.
Hill's getting booted.
Tyler Hill, he's going to get tossed from the game. It almost sounds like Tyler Hill's got a 10-minute misconduct, and it was for that shot to the face, I think.
Holy man. Kind of looked like he pushed the ref, too.
So we're just trying to hear with the scorekeepers again. And again, thanks for joining us here on Daryl Smart Media YouTube page. Ben Hill working the camera, my technical guru. Thank him every week for joining us. As he runs the camera, he does what he does very well, does what he does better than a lot of people, that's for sure. One of the best in the business. Just looking at the schedule here. Saturday, November 22nd. That's next week. The Ironmen with one game, and they're going to be on the road. They're going to take on the Stratford Irish at the Ullman at 5:30 on a Saturday. And then the Ironmen will return back to the arena here on Sunday, November 30th, and they will host the Halton Hills Coyotes. As it looks like they've straightened everything out here. Looks like offsetting penalties, I think. And then Tyler Hill's going to get the extra for a 10-minute misconduct, I believe. As the Killer Bees look to add to the lead. Keller with the shot and a save by Hrebeck. Things getting a little bit chippy here as Alvinston puts the puck into the end. When the play stops like it has, we're just going to go over the penalties here. And it looks like, all right, we've got Tyler Hill. He's got a holding minor and then a roughing minor. And on sportsmanlike conduct, he's got a 10-minute on that one. And that's why Tyler Hill's gone from the game. Just waiting to see what's happening with the other penalties here. His action back underway here. Mitch Green looks to add to things, or sorry, Tycee Cowan. The Killer Bees come breaking out of their own end. Matthew Cunningham avoids a check, loses the puck to Sukol. With it now as he tries to stretch the ice for Farmer. Farmer to Mitch Brown. Mitch Brown's got it. Shot on net, but Fulcher seals the post on that one as Brown looks to center again, but Fulcher's big paddle makes the stop and intercepts the pass. Battle along the boards. Smallest guy on the ice, Mitch Brown, doing yeoman's work in the corner. As the puck comes loose and Gagne has it. He's streaking out the left side, and there's a shot. That one hits the shoulder of Hrebeck. As Hrebeck went down to the butterfly. Tycee Cowan tries to dump it, but intercepted as the Killer Bees bring things down the other end. We're going to have another stoppage in play. Got ourselves an icing call here as a 50-50 draw is announced. McEwen wins the draw off the hill, but Ratchford picks up the dump-in attempt and dumps it down into the Killer Bees end himself. Dylan Hill tries to dump it in again as a battle for the puck continues in behind the Killer Bees net. Theo shot. That one just goes wide. Fulcher's challenging the shot. And that one goes through Fulcher again. And Fulcher sprawls. And the Ironmen, this time it was Bridgeland with the opportunity and couldn't slide it past Fulcher. We'll look at the replay on that one. Is again the Ironman knocking on the door but can't get anything by Fulcher. Fulcher extends himself out. Great save. Fulcher keeping this a 2-goal game at 6-4. Shots on net tied at 35 apiece right now. As Wright wins the draw as Alvinston tries to get possession of the puck and get out of their own end here. As Krupa takes it out. There's a shot. That one from Wright and 2 saves by Hrebeck. Green out to Anderson. Anderson, he's going to wrist it to Fulcher, who corrals that one like a second baseman. And another meeting of the minds in front of Fulcher. His temper's kind of boiling right now. This is going to turn into a little bit of a rivalry between these two teams. Tight hockey game. Right from the start as Laforme tries to battle in the corner, but McGowan gets it and he's met by Anderson. Laforme in behind the net, tries to center it, but again, Fulcher with that big paddle intercepts the pass. A smart play as Coutu has Thompson as they try to make something happen but can't. And you look at the Killer Bees, they have run roughshod over the opposition so far this season. 11-3, 9-4. They had a close one with Stratford. 8-2 they've won, 12-3, 10-1, and 5-2. So they've run roughshod over the opposition. But the Ironmen here today on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. The Ironmen showing that they belong, that's for sure. Alvinston tries to clear the zone with a dump attempt, but once again our ceiling here gets in the way here at the Six Nations Sports and Cultural Memorial Center. Just kind of gets in the way. Mitch Brown on the draw. He's going against Craig Wright here. Loose puck along the boards. As Wright stick handles around, tries to get it to Coutu, but could not. Another stoppage in play. This time, with 6:21 to go in the third period. Now that the rough stuff's over, hopefully the dust is settled and we're going to get back to the free-flowing hockey that we saw for most of this game as Ratchford tries to clear the Ironman end and does. Killer Bees try to stretch the floor here as Spencer Hutchinson has it. There's a shot. That grazes the blocker of Raybeck, who controls it into the corner, and the Alvinston Killer Bees lose it. There's an offside. Sandy Porter tried to get the puck to Bridgeland, but couldn't. And as a result, we'll have another offside and a stoppage in play here as Ryan Davis and the coaching staff of the Six Nations Ironmen try to work up a plan for the next under 6 minutes to go here to whip something up. Gagné Shot on a nice angle. That's saved by Hrebeck, and he covers the puck. Hrebeck's been pretty solid so far tonight. He's had a good game. One mistake, just that playing of the puck, but other than that, he's been spot on tonight. He's been controlling rebounds, been controlling the play, making saves when you had to, but so far the Alvinston Killer Bees have gotten to him 6 times. Oh, there's the stretch pass to Anderson, and Anderson couldn't get both feet back out of the zone. That's the right idea, and I think that's something the Ironmen have done a lot of, and it's something the Killer Bees have kind of seen and have done a lot of blocking of that stretch pass that the Ironmen do. Green tries to dump it in. He's going to full head of steam, battle with Coutu along the boards as the puck comes loose once again. McEwen dumps it in. There's Damon DeCare. Dumps it in. Coutu out of his own end. Puck's intercepted, and Theo now has it. But again, offside. So we've got another little mix-up. This time it's Brendan Anderson and Bailey Freifogel. As Brendan Anderson looked to go to the bench, Ryan Davis told him, stay out there. You're the guy right now. Dylan Hill, fans on the puck, couldn't get 100% wood on that. As the puck goes behind the net, and the Killer Bees try to stretch the ice, but can't connect on the pass, and we've got ourselves another icing call. Bit of a chess match right here in the last 8 minutes or so here. It really is a battle for possession here, as the Ironmen really trying to get back into this one, and the Alvinston Killer Bees doing a great job of just defending, killing time off the clock. They've got the 2-goal lead. For the Ironmen, you have to be happy so far. You don't want to be down, but you're skating right with the Alvinston Killer Bees, who are, like we said off the top of the show, seem to be the gold standard in the inaugural season of the NPHL. Of course, the Killer Bees have a senior hockey history, and they've done well in their past, and obviously continuing that along this season with their unblemished record. Dylan Hill now with it. Down his own end for Mitch Green. Green looks, tries to find a centering pass, but no one home on that one. There's a shot from Sukal. Goes over the glass, and guess what, folks? We've got ourselves another stoppage in play. It really looks like the Killer Bees are just trying to stop all points of momentum that the Ironmen can make. Anytime the Ironmen get into the zone, they really do a nice job of just neutralizing and trying to just slow things down. There's a shot from Farmer and a rebound, and Fulcher makes the save. But as soon as the Killer Bees got the lead, they'd done a really good job, especially in this third period, just bogging things down, slowing it down, and not letting the Ironmen stretch the ice. Alex Cunningham spins around, goes across the ice, but Farmer intercepts that and heads down. He's got Brown with him. Mitch Brown with the shot, and that one intended for Tycee Cowan to tip home, but couldn't as he battles for it behind the net. Cowan circles, backhand, shot. That one just went wide of Fulcher. Dylan Hill with the shot off another pinching forward by the Killer Bees. This time it's James McCowan. And if this is about the third or fourth time, probably fifth time, that the Killer Bees have been really in tight on that Six Nations defense right along the blue line. And they pinch them and they create the turnover. And McEwen almost had another breakaway opportunity as a result. Ratchford in his own end. Tries to find a pass here as the Ironmen trying to get things going. Brendan Anderson down the left side. There's a quick shot and the save by Fulcher. Another shot from the point. Directed, but Fulcher gets a stick on that one. Anderson chops at it. Gets it in behind the net. As the Ironman forecheck by Theo Hill works. But couldn't produce anything as Gagne and the Killer Bees buzz down into the Ironman end for a shot, and Hrebeck making the save and forcing another stoppage with his pad save and a stick save, putting it over the glass. Freifogel and Anderson again exchanging words after that whistle blew as we face off. Thompson spins around, loses it. As Steve Laforme, one hand on the stick, gets it to Anderson. Anderson to Laforme, who gets a shot on net but couldn't get it past Fulcher. Laforme bulldozing his way through the Killer Bees defense but couldn't get anything developed as McEwen out to Thompson, shot, who had that left top corner pick but couldn't beat Hrebeck. Owen McGowan sends it all the way down. Hrebeck stops it along behind the net is Bridgeland. Full head of steam. Bridgeland has Green with him. Green heading to the net. Bridgeland circles. Killer Bees get a stick on it. Green with the shot. Fans on it. There's a shot from Sukal along the boards now as Farmer has it. Farmer in behind the net. Finds Theo. He's up top. Back to Farmer. Farmer circles back. Finds Ratchford. Theo meticulously looking for something to happen. Fires it. Goes wide as Sukal recovers. Ratchford and Sukal have it. Sukal back to Ratchford. Along the ice. There's a shot and a save by Fulcher. As Fulcher does not give the rebound away. Covers it up. And with 1 minute to go here, the Killer Bees hanging on to their 2-goal lead. Looks like the Ironmen are going to take their timeout. Ryan Davis going to draw something up here. This has been a great game. And again, takeaways from this one. I know it's not over yet, but takeaways. The Six Nations Ironmen have proved they could skate with the best in this league. They had the lead, had all the momentum, and the Alvinston Killer Bees doing a great job of grabbing a hold of the momentum themselves. And once they grabbed a hold, they never looked back. And now have kind of controlled the pace of the play once they got that 3-goal lead. And again, the Ironmen getting within 2, but the Killer Bees doing a really nice job of neutralizing the speed of the Ironmen by just slowing things down and clogging up the middle. 1 minute to go here, regulation time. Steve Laforme on the draw. He's got Theo Hill, Brendan Anderson on the right, Ratchford, Sukal, and Mitch Green. McEwen wins the draw but pushes it to Sukal. Ratchford shot. There's the rebound by Fulcher and right into the stick. And all the way down for 52 seconds remaining. Ironman did exactly what they wanted to do, just couldn't get a handle on that rebound. As they get possession again. That's Laforme. He's going to spin around the corner. Laforme out to Theo. There's a shot from Ratchford, who gets a hold of it and just goes wide as the puck goes back behind the net. Mitch Green now battles. Laforme tries to center, but nobody's open. There's Sheldon Thompson and Couteau on the forecheck here. The soft forecheck. There's a shot. And there's the empty netter. James McEwen with the hat trick. It makes it 7-4. And here's just the battle. And we were talking about this all game long. You have to be safe with the puck. And again, just another giveaway, this time to someone in the form of James McEwen, who's already scored 2 goals, and he's not going to miss with an empty net. With 19 seconds to go in this one, the Alvinston Killer Bees look to have wrapped this one up by a score of 7-4. Great game, great effort by the Ironmen. You have to give them a hand, as the clock still hasn't wound down, but both teams going down and greeting their goaltenders. So you can make it a final. The Alvinston Killer Bees remain undefeated in Northern Premier Hockey League action with a 7-4 win over the Six Nations Ironmen. A great effort by the Six Nations Ironmen. Like I said, they had all the momentum for about I would say almost half of this game. And then a couple giveaways was all it took. And the first place, and now 8-0-0-1 Killer Bees are now victorious once again. Well, thanks again for joining us on the Daryl Smart Media YouTube page. Really enjoy bringing you the action. And again, after 60 minutes of play, the Alvinston Killer Bees with the 7-4 victory over the Six Nations Ironmen. And we will see you in a couple of weeks when the Ironmen host the Halton Hills Coyotes. For Ben Hill and myself, Daryl Smart, thanks for joining us, and we will see you in a couple of weeks. Thanks for joining us.